Click Provider Portal, log in, agency, update agency information, type in whatever information that you need, click Save, agency, view agency information. This allows you to see your agency details. This information will be your transit provider information. Agency contacts is the individuals that are registered in TMS. Agency FTA information, this is the information of the applicant, which is normally the city or the commission for your agency that is helping supply your local match. Under Assets, you would click Assets. You will notice you have Vehicles, Facilities, and Non-Expendables. Under Vehicles, you would click. Then you would choose whether you want active, disposed, inactive, or ordered. At this time, we're going to select active. If you would like to export this information, you could export it in Excel format or PDF format. We're going to export Excel by clicking the button. A pop-up window will appear here. You will select Open File. Select Enable Editing. Then you may customize this form however you wish. You may make the columns larger, add columns, whatever you prefer. And then of course you would just save this document here to your local PC. This indication here is View Vehicle Details. This will allow you to view all of the information on the vehicle that has been entered. Some of these locations are of course editable and some are not. This also will indicate the fuel logs that have been shown for this vehicle. You also have work orders that have been performed by this vehicle. You can also export it out again the same way we discussed previously. And these are any scheduled items that are upcoming. This button allows you to edit vehicle information. Some of this information for the vehicle is not editable. Other information is. Shown here is the information that you can edit on this vehicle. You have a vehicle status, which is of course your status of the vehicle. You can bus number, which is your own personal bus number, tag number, in-service date, radio number, chassis number, and fuel card number. To change any of these, you of course would just update that information and click Save. This is the disposal button. This button is not active at this time, but is forthcoming in future phases. This is to add a new work order. This is from the Assets tab. This allows you to select the vehicle you want to do the work order on. You can update the information simply by you can select what type of status you need your work order to be in. You select your date in for the vehicle, your date out for the vehicle. You can also put in an estimated completion date for that vehicle. You, of course, would put in the odometer here. Now, I do note that you need to look at this odometer here, which is 60,101, and make sure that this number is, of course, greater and the proper number that when the maintenance actually occurred. Then you would select here for your shop that you would like to choose. You would then type in your labor amount and what the amount for the parts were. The total cost will auto calculate. You can then enter a purchase order number. You would then come down to the section of scheduled maintenance, responsive maintenance, and warranty maintenance. For scheduled maintenance, it would be you would just select the items that of course were replaced or completed. Under responsive, you can do those as well. You also have an option here if something is not listed to collect other. You can then also uplink or drop any files into the system by dragging them out of your documents, or you can of course just select Browse here. It'll pop up a window and you can choose whatever you would like to go into the system. You can also add a description like repair receipt. You can add any additional notes or comments. Then you would click Save. Pop-up window will say that it's been created, and we'd be okay. From this screen, this is your work order screen. We of course did this from the Asset tab. We'll talk a little bit more about this screen in a few moments, but we'll move on to Fuel Log out of the Asset tab before we go to the next screen. This is the same. You would basically come into this screen to add a fuel log. This selects by the vehicle, and you would then type in an odometer reading. It will not allow you to do under what was previously done. You can also, again, upload support documents, the receipt for the fuel here. Add a description and click Save. Okay, I wanted to also point out you can sort by these different columns here on all of these screens. Now on to the Maintenance tab. You can view work orders. You can add work orders, add and view maintenance shops, view fuel logs, and add fuel logs from this tab here. We're going to start out with view work orders. You can add a new work order by selecting this button here, and of course fill out the information. You can also export the information like we've done in the previous screen here. You can also, again, sort by all of these columns here to see what is open or still closed. You can select here for details. This provides you the details of the work order, the item serviced, as well as you can actually print a report for just this document by clicking here. And then this is supporting documents for this work order. Also, you can select Edit, and this allows you to edit information that you need to put in, whether it's closed, like this says ready. You can now close this out. You can update the out button and also update the cost in this area and click Save. To add a work order, from this screen, you have to select the vehicle. So you'll have to do the drop down here and select whichever vehicle you would like to choose. Then at that point, you would follow the same steps as we discussed before by selecting the status, in and out dates, estimated completion date, ensure the odometer is greater than the previous odometer, selecting the shop, and then of course put in the information here and select your type of maintenance and click Save. For the maintenance shops, you can add a new maintenance shop by selecting New and then typing in the information on the contact information for the shop. You can also export out, like we've done previously on this information, from these two buttons here for Excel and PDF. For details, you would click this little drop down. This provides you the information on this particular shop. You can edit this information by filling in the edit information. You can actually also delete this information here. Delete the shop. View fuel logs. Again, same concept. You can add new by clicking this button here, selecting the vehicle, and adding in the information, and selecting save. You can also export it out for Excel or a PDF document and sort by all of these columns. And select detail information here for supporting information on this particular fuel log. You can add a fuel log from this location as well. From here, you would actually do a drop down and select the vehicle that you would like to choose to do that with. Add in the fueling date, the odometer, the gallons, the cost. Upload your receipt or supporting documents and select save. Under resources, you have tutorials. In this area here, you will have your user manual as well as any training documents or videos will be available in this location. Hope this has been helpful to you. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for working in the TMS product.